Hi folks, my name is Danny. Welcome to another video here on Danny's Corner. Today I want to talk about my recent experience at a hotel room. If you have been subscribed to my channel for quite some time, you will know that I made my video, the very first one, was on my experience in a hotel room. It was called traveling as a blind person or something like that. It was my first video, and it was about 40 minutes long, thereabouts. And I'm trying to see if there is a way that I'm able to make those long videos short. So I am going to remake the 3 parts of that video into individual segments. I don't know how long it will take me, but definitely they will be shorter, and I will add that link when I later edit this video, and I will explain that when I do that, or how I do that, because it's always great to know how does a blind person do this or that. But today I want to focus on my experience at a recent stay at a hotel room. So before Thanksgiving, I remember that I went to LA, and it was a surprise visit with my family. I only told one of my family members, as I didn't want the rest of my family to know. And when I did that, one of the things was that I couldn't stay at my cousin's house because there were people living there and it was too noisy. So we had agreed that I was going to stay at a hotel room. No problem. I have stayed at hotel rooms a few times, so it wasn't a big problem. And as the evening approached and everything was winding down, I said, well, let's do it. So we found a hotel room where I thought I could stay, and my cousin said, well, let's go in and see what happens. So she went in first, talked to the person behind the front desk, and he said, we do not have I'm going to use the term accessible room because I do not like the word handicapped for no reason. And she said that there was only a regular room when they had it. And let me tell you something, I like regular rooms. I have no problem with them. But if there's an accessible room, why not? And so I said, okay, no problem. I'll take the regular room if they have it. And so I went in, and the guy said, well, we don't have, he said, handicap room, but we have a regular room, but I can't give it to you. So just to make sure that I had understood, I like repeating questions back to the person who's asking them to me. So I said, okay, so what you're saying is you do have accessible rooms, but they're all occupied, and so you can't give me one. What you do have is a regular room, and what you're saying is that you cannot give me that room. He said, yes. And I asked why. He said because of his boss, and that if he found out that I had rented a room to you, I can get fired. Folks, I know that there's discrimination out there. I've talked about it on and on and on. Not only in this channel, but also when I was in college and I was doing my college radio shows, and I've talked about it ever since I can remember. And at some point I knew that it was going to happen to me. It was just a matter of time. And so I really didn't understand why this guy couldn't give me the room. I understood that he was going to get fired, but I'm sure that if he really wanted to talk about this, he could have made a case to where, hey, my boss fired me because I gave a room to a visually impaired person, and he could have won the case. But that didn't happen. And so my point to this whole thing is, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and this is why I'm making this video, to see if anybody knows if this is actually legal. Because yes, I do know for a fact that although the ADA prohibits certain things, there are always loopholes. There are always things that people will try to use in their favor that will benefit them, so they don't have to adhere to the ADA laws. There's ways in which people can do that, and it's completely legal. And so the ADA is not a full-blown, foolproof against discrimination or prejudice attitudes or anything like that. But I think this was blatant discrimination, where they couldn't rent a hotel room to a totally blind person because who knows why. And the guy couldn't give me an explanation of why. And so this is what the video is about. And I would like to get your comments. Do you think I did something wrong by letting it go? Should I have persisted longer? And one of the things that I do not like to do, especially because I know that there are plenty of videos out there that you could find here on YouTube of people saying, do you know who I am? Let me talk to the manager. Let me do this. Making a complete fool out of themselves when speaking about these things, when they could have handled it a different way. And I didn't want to be one of those people who got carried away and did a temper tantrum out of, well, nothing. Well, it was something, but it wasn't to the point where I don't think there's anything out there that you should throw a temper tantrum for. There are other ways to resolve these issues, and certainly throwing a temper tantrum or throwing around who you know or do you know who I am, it certainly doesn't make things any better for you. You're just the laughing stock of other people. And so, again, do you think I could have done something different? I really don't want to pursue this. It seems like this was a small chain. At least that's what I think. But I still think it was discrimination, nevertheless. What do you think? If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to share, make sure to like this video, give a comment, as I said, suggest, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so when I do release new videos, you can be one of the first ones to see it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.